congratulations. Thank you very much. Well, we found the right home. Let's hope that Bevan can find and get some right. Join us next time.
Mike. Test 1, 1, 1.
This is News Hub live at 4:30. Just ahead, the Speaker keeps his job but earns a public reprimand from the Prime Minister. Tears and cheers as a missing preschooler is reunited with his parents. And dozens of people are dead after a rail overpass collapses in Mexico.
Daddy?
Yeah.
I think someone else did this because I did like this. Like that. And I did do this. But it was around here.
National says and completely unfit to be Speaker. Jacinda Ardern says while she retains confidence in the Speaker, she has expressed serious concerns to him about his conduct, according to the government poorly handled. Many Wade reports.
Parliament descending into
Speaker is I'll say that for Parliament, and if it suits me, I will turn up the court and I will defend it. And guess what? I will plead true.
Chris Bishop threatening to take the matter outside, beyond the protection of parliamentary privilege. Speaker Mallard using that legal immunity to double down on allegations of sexual assault against the former parliamentary staffer he falsely accused of rape.
The member might think a serious sexual assault and not supporting victims of it is funny, but I don't.
The same man who successfully sued Mallard for defamation over the rape comments. The taxpayer pushing the $300,000 legal bill.
I don't think that's, in my view, in the House yesterday, neither side covered itself in glory. I'm not calling for anyone's resignation from any side.
The Prime Minister has delivered a statement to the Mallard, which she should deliver herself.
The National Party accused Mallard of using parliamentary privilege.
It's and hate for me in Parliament, actually.
Saying Mallard was out for the staffer's scalp.
His career has been ruined. His life has been ruined. That man's life was destroyed when he sexually assaulted a woman.
In turn, Labour accused the National Party of victim blaming, drawing these comparisons.
It really sounds like she asked for it. Her suit was to ensure
Leaders Judith Collins last night shaking with rage.
That's up to a bully who is the Speaker of Parliament. He needs to go now.
In the light of Faye following up with a letter to the Prime Minister saying she needed to sack Mallard for exhibiting the worst behaviour she had ever seen in 20 years in politics.
I don't think it reflected well on Parliament as a whole. I don't think it reflected well on pretty much anybody that was taking part in that debate. I don't think the debating chamber of Parliament is the place
While the Prime Minister said the Speaker and National MPs were both to blame, Collins is sticking by her team.
I think they conduct themselves professionally.
Good now.
Strongly.
What did you eat?
And Amelia joins us now live from Parliament. Amelia, is National challenging
Then after that, you do your iPad, okay?
No, up the bottom.
But
And then I thought.
No.
Yeah.
No, she didn't.
No, yes, you did.
News Hub that they've
Fine.
investigated the case, but no charges.
No, that's for the and take
Extraordinary moments. And you can be sure
5
this is
steps.
not the last we've heard from this.
5 steps?
National Party.
No, 5 steps.
5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's not how you do it.
emotional scenes as a 3-year-old boy who
Why you're not picking up all the things on the floor?
with his mother. The child
Because
has
I can't reach them.
yesterday
Can
afternoon.
you give me one?
To Axel, it was all
No,
No, I can't reach it.
Hey, why did you copy me?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Yes, I'm not.
yes, I'm not. Yes, I'm not. Yes, I'm not. Yes, I'm not. Yes, I'm not. Yes, I'm not. I need to poop.
Where are you going?
And Mum Haley were out searching to no avail.
She's been climbing up Big Mountain this morning to go look for him. She's looking in all the crevices and around machinery, around fallen trees. She's been video calling me, and all I can hear is choppers flying around.
With infrared cameras and police dogs failing to pick up any sign of Axel, volunteers refused to give up hope and continued searching through the riverbanks, forest, and at 10:45, more than 20 hours after he went missing, Axel was found 4 kilometres away from home.
On behalf of Axel's family, to thank all the volunteers that have poured out in masses to find Axel and to reunite him with his family. It just shows what a great company.
Armed with a ham sandwich, Axel's in good health and happy, recovering from his wild night outdoors. It might be a miracle he survived, but for Axel, it was just a big adventure. Leighton Hagen, New South Wales.
A Sydney man with no known links to managed isolation or quarantine has tested positive for COVID-19. New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian says the man in his 50s received a positive result this morning. She says there are no signs of community transmission at this stage. Genomic testing is underway to determine if the case is genetically linked to anyone in managed isolation or cases in other states. Back home, a recovery operation is underway near the summit of Mount Taranaki to retrieve the bodies of 2 climbers. Police were notified last night that a climber had fallen near the summit and a rescue helicopter was dispatched. 2 bodies were found just after midnight but couldn't be recovered because of bad weather. Police and staff from Alpine Cliff Rescue returned to the mountain today to recover the bodies and begin scene examination. The Public Service Association said its workers have been betrayed after the government announced a pay freeze for the majority of workers. Public servants earning over $60,000 will only get an increase in exceptional circumstances, while those on more than $100,000 will have their pay frozen for 3 years. The PSA says the government is punishing the very workers who got us out of COVID-19. It's a claim the Public Service Minister denies.
We want to make sure we're preserving jobs within the public service, and in fact we have increased the number of people working in the public service in order to respond to COVID-19. And there's been quite significant areas those frontline roles where they are responding to COVID-19. This just recognises the economic climate that we are in.
Protection says increases will be targeted at the lowest paid workers. A quarter of the public service workers earn under $60,000 a year. Calls are growing for a full nationwide lockdown in India as it passes 20 million COVID-19 infections. India's opposition leader says it's the only way to stop the virus spreading. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is resisting them because of the economic impact. As Channel 4
From the sight of these medieval-looking funeral pyres, you wouldn't believe that this is Bangalore, India's high-tech capital. As the country's official death toll rose by almost 3.5%. The economic powerhouse now so low on wood to burn its dead, but the price of liberty. Rickshaws are transporting products because ambulance drivers are demanding hefty fees as well. The woman in the back here is propping up her dead husband. This in Firozabad, south of Delhi, where the family say they simply could not find a hospital to look after him. At the end of January, Narendra Modi, India's Prime Minister since 2014, looked politically untouchable as he claimed the virus was beaten.
Just tell me what you want to do.
Refused to lock down a second time, leaving Indians to fend for themselves on the streets and find oxygen for dying relatives. This afternoon,
You see the
Give to the phone, and I'm also going to ring the bell.
lockdown last year. A lockdown is now the only
Mami, nag-live ka na yung bata mo dyan. Idadan siya.
India's opposition returned today, warning the government that helping the virus reached a stage where it can't be stopped any other way. That's because India, the world's biggest vaccine producer, is running out of supplies, vaccinating half the numbers it managed a month ago.
Take off the boat. Give it to Mami.
Government claims the infections could peak by tomorrow.
Speaking to some senior policymakers in India, and many of them still have a lot of
found a man had attempted to stop a complainant from giving evidence against his employer. A prominent businessman found guilty of indecently assaulting 3 people. Justice Benning acknowledged the manager's role was not as serious as other conspirators in the plot, but it was important nonetheless and sentenced him to 12 months on detention.
Before you became involved in was serious, premeditated, and a cynical attempt to influence the complainant to prevent him from giving evidence against.
In handing down his decision, Justice Benning
I accept that your culpability is quite different. Who directed the offending, who paid for it all, and who stood to gain from the attempt.
Throughout the sentencing, the man was trembling and often shook his head as details of the plot were read back to him. But outside court, no reaction.
That's what I need to comment on at the moment, thank you.
The businessman, whose name is also suppressed, was also due to be sentenced today, but that's been postponed until later this month due to health concerns. Just Dexter, News Hub.
All Blacks great Conrad Smith has been honoured at an investiture ceremony in Wellington. Smith was made a member for the Order of Merit for his services to rugby. He played in 2 World Cup winning All Black teams and captained the Hurricanes. Smith says the last time he was in Government House was as a child, and his father received an award.
So it's cool having the family there. My dad was there, and he, the last time I was here at Government House, he received the QSM for it, and probably far more worthy of all the work he did with the police force and helping young kids. So yeah, it's been a nice day.
Former Speaker of the House and National Party MP Sir David Carter was also recognised at the ceremony. Well, still to come on News Hub Live at 4:30, what caused a recently built overpass to collapse, killing 24 people and injuring dozens more in Mexico? And when the rubber meets the road, it drops in for a drink.
Tonight, it's the news delivered differently on the project. They went devastating blow leaves a lifeguard in tears on Bay Patrol. And the monster swell sends lifeguards scrambling on all-new Bondi Rescue. It's a word of grace.
Hey, Conrad! You were eliminated in 2028. That was cute.
And we see him making plans for 21, 22, and the rest of April.
But guess what? We got plans too, because we're overbiting and we're ready to win. Watch out.
Because you know what this is? It's metaphorical for freedom. I'm going back home to see my mom.
Hey, COVID, you're gone.
Hey, COVID, check this out.
We're getting immunity.
The all-new GWMU is up for the challenge. Born tough and built smart to give you more. More features, reliability, comfort and safety. For less, the all-new GWMU. Go with more. Exco give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. Exco deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door and spread. Save like a box with mini donuts from KFC. Parks is taking a stand for drivers like you. We've got your back for 10 cents off your ZB Caltex today with no minimum spend. Or choose to stack your discount for later. Plus, earn rewards too. Parks, it's about more for you. Paying your internet provider more for stuff you don't need? Fuck that! Well, how about just unlimited fiber, no contracts, just $14 a week? Oh, yeah! Get it at flip.co.nz. That's cheap. Let's kiss and say goodbye, pretty baby. Please, don't you cry. Versatile's Mighty May sale is on now. Enjoy great savings across our range of kitset garages, sleep outs, carports, and kitset farm buildings. Hurry, May only. That's Versatile.
This is what success looks like with Jelly Quick. I've lost 15 kilos and feel great. Jelly Quick food is really tasty. Jelly Quick works for wins. Call now. Limited time offer. Flexible delivery options available with Jenny Craig.
Welcome to the project. What day is it?
It's news. Here are some stories making headlines in a different
Sometimes ask us to think about when our parents did it, Carmel. So, do you mind? Welcome back. Former Gloriavale residents are hoping those still living within the Christian commune have the courage to speak to authorities honestly. Police in Oranga Tamariki continue their inquiries at the West Coast community today. The Newsub understands they are investigating allegations of sexual abuse. Melody Pilgrim says in her time at the commune, she saw people silenced by fear.
We know as when they talk to us about Oranga Tamariki, it would be on the line of they're coming to take your kids away. So it was a real fear for parents if Oranga Tamariki was coming to talk to their children.
Melody Pilgrim says those in Gloriavale are taught that in speaking to police, they are betraying their people. A person has died after a workplace incident in South Auckland this afternoon. Police were notified of the fatal incident in Whitty just after 2 p.m. Workplace New Zealand says the fatality involved the tail end of a truck. Police are currently attending the scene. At least 24 people are dead and dozens more injured after an overpass carrying a subway train collapsed in Mexico City. While the cause of the tragedy is not yet known, there are now questions about the safety of one of the world's busiest subway systems. Will Grant reports.
A view from above, revealing the full magnitude of Mexico City's deadliest train disaster in nearly 50 years. Today, a crane began removing the dangling train cars from the partially collapsed overpass. It carefully lowered one of them containing 4 bodies to the ground. Security cameras captured the moment when a portion of the elevated metro line came crashing down on the busy street below, killing at least 24, including children, and injuring more than 70 others. They were rushed to local hospitals where family members waited for word on missing loved ones. Cristian Osorio says he's looking for his sister, who would have been riding the metro at the time of the collapse. At one point, firefighters had to stabilise the wreckage before continuing the search for more survivors and recovering more bodies. Mexico City has the second largest subway system in North America, behind New York City's, serving around 4 million passengers a day. This collapse happened on its newest line, which was completed in 2012, but which temporarily shut down just 2 years later for repairs. Many questioned the structure's stability following a 7.1 earthquake in 2017. Tonight, union leaders say engineers have been reporting failures on this line but weren't taken seriously. Mexico City's mayor is vowing a full investigation that will involve reaching out to international experts to examine the line's construction.
Derek Chauvin's lawyer has filed a motion for a new trial in the murder of George Floyd, citing juror misconduct.
The accusation comes after a photo surfaced of one of the jurors, Brandon Mitchell, at a march in Washington last summer where Floyd's family spoke. Mitchell can be seen wearing a T-shirt reading "Get your knee off our necks." But Mitchell says he was in DC for a Martin Luther King commemoration rally, not a protest. Chauvin faces up to 40 years in prison at his sentencing next month. Europe could start welcoming vaccinated tourists in just a few weeks' time. More than 50 million people in Britain have had one jab at least now, putting summer holidays back on the agenda. Channel 7's Hugh Whitfield.
The shutters have come off shops in Vienna. Museums have reopened at the Vatican. In France, people can now go more than 10 kilometres from their homes. And Greeks can finally sit at a cafe for the first time in nearly 6 months. We had forgotten what it was like, this man says. Slowly restrictions are easing across Europe after a New Year virus surge. France is still recording 22,000 cases a day, Italy more than 11,000, but the trend is down. 1 in 5 Europeans has now had at least their first jab of the coronavirus vaccine, meaning tourists could soon return.
The Commission is proposing to ease restrictions on non-essential travel to the EU to take into account the progress of vaccination campaigns and developments in the epidemiological situation worldwide.
Despite pressure to revive the travel industry, Britain's Prime Minister is still taking a cautious approach.
I don't think that the people in this country want to see an influx of disease from anywhere else. I certainly don't, and we've got to be very, very tough.
That will likely mean a limited number of destinations open to Britons as early as this month. The UK remains on track to finally fully lift the lockdown that's been in place here for more than 4 months, with the expectation all social distancing requirements could be gone by the end of June. For the first time since the pandemic began, more than 30 people can now attend a funeral, easing the rule that impacted the royal family too, as Britain chases a taste of normality.
Patrons inside a Victorian pub had a very lucky escape after a rogue car tyre crashed through the premises. The tyre came loose from a passing vehicle in Bendigo, bouncing through the front door before heading out the back. Several people narrowly avoided being hit. The driver was also unharmed in the freak accident. Time now for a look at the day's sport.
It's time to play with the news of Suzuki Tower and News House.
There's growing concerns for the 10 New Zealand cricketers currently stranded in India after the suspension of the Indian Premier League. The IPL has been brought to a halt after players in 4 different teams tested positive to COVID-19. New Zealand Players Association boss Heath Mills says getting the players home and to the UK will come at a risk.
We are concerned about doing that safely. The fact of the matter is they're going to have to transfer and move around in India, so there will be an element of risk associated with that.
The Black Caps currently training in New Zealand will have no issues getting to England for the upcoming series. However, the English border is currently closed to non-citizens travelling from India. Warriors coach Nathan Brown has revealed just how hard the club tried to keep youngster Paul Turner. The 20-year-old's contract is up with the Warriors at the end of the season, and he's been granted release to reportedly join the Gold Coast Titans. But Brown admits it wasn't from a lack of trying from the Warriors.
At the end of the day, we would have liked him to stay. As I said, financially, our offer was at least sensible, if not maybe a little bit better, but probably chose to take a different career path, and you've got to respect that.
Brown also said if fit, Chanel Harris-Tavita will likely start against the Sea Eagles, despite being named on the extended bench. 2 goals from Riyad Mahrez has fired Manchester City through to their first ever Champions League final, beating Paris Saint-Germain 4-1 on aggregate. City started the day with a 2-1 lead after the first leg, and it didn't take long to increase it. Mahrez opening the scoring in the 11th minute before another goal from him midway through the second half sealed the deal.
It's Foden on the left. He is looking for Mahrez. That is a giant step towards a first ever Champions League final.
The women City are within a chance of the treble and all-English final, if Chelsea can beat Real Madrid tomorrow. Well, stay with us. We have your weather forecast up next, plus Iron Man Eat Your Heart Out. Britain's Navy takes to the air.
They patrol tonight, 7:30 on 3. If you don't really have the time to get to Bunnings or browse, it's so easy to do online shopping. Jump online and buy it right there in India. You can get it delivered to your house, or you can come pick it up in store. It's simple and easy. Shop at Bunnings, wherever you are, whenever you are.
You can't do your banking in your sleep yet. But BNZ's online banking is so simple that one day you might be able to. In the meantime, banking between apps is a sign we're heading in the right direction. It's banking made simple with Bank of New Zealand.
Right now at Domino's, get any large gourmet or traditional pizza, pick up or delivered, and get 50% off. That's right, 50% off any gourmet or traditional pizza. It's Sunday at Domino's. Bring it in.
With Vodafone MyFlex Prepaid, you can pick the data, minutes and texts that fit you perfectly. From 250 megs to 40 gigs. And from 50 minutes and texts, all the way up to unlimited. Zara chooses more data. Josh chooses more minutes. Katie chooses more texts. And Dave, well, Dave chooses more of everything. Vodafone MyFlex Prepaid. Choose more you.
The truth is, I never should have left you. Wait, what? What? You two? You never told me that.
No.
This song is dedicated to our friend Jane, who's no longer with us. Miss you, boo.
Miss you too.
Oh, I think it's our turn.
It's like a song, isn't it? It will eventually end, no matter how grim. Point being, ladies, with One Choice Life Insurance, your family stays protected, no matter what else life throws at you. Oh, let's keep it clean down there, for goodness sake, cheeky scoundrel. And here's how I know. There's no medical required to apply. And after 12 months of paying in, you'll get 10% of your premiums back. Now, when the lights finally do go down, your family may get an advance payout to cover your funeral costs, plus a cash payout of up to, drumroll please, $2 million, so they're covered for all of life's essentials. Thank you very much. You've been a lovely audience. All right, ladies, bring it in. We're all singing from the same song sheet on this one. I can't believe we are. All right, here we go. Help your family tomorrow by calling One Choice today. 0800 600 107 or visit onechoice.co.nz. He consistently toes the line, and the distance he covers in a game, it's mind-blowing. I just don't know where he gets his energy. Up and go is the right type of energy.
Phenomenal. Finally here. The Master NZ premiere Sunday at 7 on 3.
But Mai, welcome back. Samantha Hayes is with us now. Sam, what's coming up at 6 tonight?
Kia ora, Mitch. Well, a new warning to homeowners and buyers tonight from the Reserve Bank. It says it's now more likely there will be a significant correction in house prices. We'll explain why. And the COVID-19 response minister says we're ahead of schedule on the vaccine rollout, but he's nervous about what happens next. Why July is looking to be a bumpy month. Join One Line at 6.
Thank you, Sam. And then on the project, meet the bull who's personally increased New Zealand's GDP after fathering 170,000 dairy cows. That is tonight at 7. We'll time now for a look at the weather.
Wind, water, or sun. At Meridian, we know any forecast is great for making power.
You never know if you never try to forget your past and simply be mine. Dare you to let everything go. The one and only. Promise I'm worthy to hold in your arms. So come on and give me what you have.
And finally this afternoon, the British Royal Navy is trying out a new weapon, sailors who fly like Superman.
What?
The Marine Commandos use their jet suits to board enemy ships or vessels like an oil tanker that's been seized by pirates. They say it's much stealthier and faster than trying to get aboard by sliding down ropes from a helicopter. Dutch special forces are already using the jet suits, and emergency services are also trialling them for high-speed rescues in remote areas. And that is News Hub Live at 4:30. Do join Mike and Sam at 6. I'm Mitch McCann. Good afternoon.
Tonight, 6 wonderful contestants, $1 million. Yeah. Let's go. Let's get stuck in it. 15 questions in fastest finger first, 15 in the hot seat. Big money, big opportunities, lots of fun. Let's meet our contestants. Seat number 1, right here we have Ruth Parker, who loves skiing so much she spends the snow season slipping in her car. Steve Clark, who's ready for charity trip. Yeah. Absolutely down a skyscraper. In China, Michaela Cooch represented Australia in the dragon boat racing. Good enough. Hosta Ekpal tripped on a cobblestone road and was run over by a group of cyclists. With a win, Chris Pearce would buy a big block of land and spend his time digging for gold. And then Johnny Bendari paid $30 to have his thongs converted into high heels. Good luck, everybody. Let's win a whole lot of money. Let's play fastest finger first. Go. 15 questions coming your way. You've got to get right. You're going to the fastest, $1,000 cash, and the chance to use that for a lifeline when we play for $1 million cash. I say that again, $1 million. You know how close you are to $1 million now? Can you feel it? Can you touch it? You excited? Come on. You ready to go? Yes. Look, since you've been run over by a group of cyclists. Here we go. Question 1 of 15. Good luck. According to a common expression, even a what clock is right twice a day. Hey, digital beat ticking, so you watch the deep broken.
Tap. Tap, tap.
Yes, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Lagas.
Sit there, 10 to 8, it's twice a day, it's 10 to 8. Got it, right? You got that one, Johnny? No. So, broken clock. These people got it right. Ruth was the fastest. Question 2. Edward Teach was a famous English pirate, better known by what nickname? Blakely, the Captain Hook, C. Jack Sparrow, D. Long John Silver. Edward Teach was also known as Blackbeard the pirate. These people got it. Everybody instead was the fastest one up. Here's a real pirate, Captain Hook, Jack Sparrow, and Long John Silver, all fictional pirates. Here's a visual question. Look at the monitors register. There it is. Question. This plant belongs to the same botanical family as which of these? A strawberry, B. broccoli, C. carrot, D. eggplant. What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I think it's wrong.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Don't cheat on Steve.
No, I just assumed like my students could.
So let's have a look again. Does that look like? Looks like a pepper, doesn't it? Capsicum. So what'd you go for? Eggplant. Right. The answer is eggplant. So don't copy off him, okay? I know you didn't because you got the right answer. All right, these people got it right. Bruce was the fastest. Go ahead. Anticipated to cause global problems with computers at the beginning of the year 2000 was the what day?
Y2K.
Husband, how old are you? 22, see? Can you believe it? 2000, she's too young to remember things in 2000. The answer is the Y2K bake. What'd you go for?
Not that one.
Not that one. These people went for it. Everyone else, restless. 0.99 of a second. Also known as the Millennium Bug. Question 5. Which of these describes two words that share the same spelling but differ in both meaning and pronunciation? A. Lithographs, B. Holographs. C. Anagrams, D. holograms. Which of these describes two words that share the same spelling, differ in both meaning and pronunciation?
Homographs.
Holographs. These people got it. Steve, Danny Money, got it. Here we go. Question 6. A regular Muppet character, originally voiced by Jim Henson, is the Swedish what? A. Science B. Comedian. C. Dr. D. Chef.
Scientist.
It's the Swedish Chef. These people
Chefs.
Carla the fastest ball nine over the cricket. The characters mentioned not Swedish, Ruth gets the ball, which means Ruth, Stephen, Michaela, and Chris. All on 5, Michael's on 4, Johnny's on 2, everyone a big chance. Last question before the break. Magnesium sulfate is commonly sold under what name?
Magnesium sulfate is commonly sold under what name? Baking soda. Epsom salt.
Magnesium sulfate is...
Yes.
Salts. These people got it. Michaela, the fastest again. 9 of a second. So Stevie is on top at the moment with Ruth and Michaela and Chris. Austin's just a couple behind, and Yoni's a good chance to make up some lost ground when we come back right after this to play for $1,000 and a lifeline on the hot seat next.
I'm so smart.
Tonight, opinions delivered differently on the project. Then a devastating blow leaves a lifeguard in tears on Bay Patrol. And a monster swell sends lifeguards scrambling on all new Bondi Rescue. It's all good on 3. These Bondi brothers and some major celebrities team up to help special people who touched their lives. Change tomorrow. Play you and celebrity IOU. Start 7:30 on 3.
Glynis is at the club for generations writing a plan, but we're actually honoring her. I'd like to acknowledge someone who's been a superstar for the past 47 years. The winner of the first ever KFC Golden Bucket Award is Glynis. KFC is celebrating the unsung heroes of Super Rugby. Submit your nomination now.
Daddy, do you have any peace and quiet?
These Maltesers gift boxes are 2 for $12 or help her keep calm and candle on for only $6. Need gifts quick, choose same day and collect. Find something perfect to say thanks, Mum, at the warehouse.
We all have a special relationship with our Vesseline. That's why VitaPet treats are made with real meat, because they're more than just pets.
Let's chat Gem personal loans that you can work to your advantage. Rates now start from just 8.99% fixed per annum.
You can also pay faster to save on interest. Ready, set, go for it. Don't worry, Gem won't sting you with early repayment fees.
Quote, anyone, check your rate in just 3 minutes online. Rates starting from 8.99% fixed per annum. Let's work that personal loan. Yeah!
Visit Gem online and check your rate today.
Only after fertilization can the fruiting tomato plant fully ripen for.
Tea sauce on bears and deliciously soft. Nature's fresh. Yes, New Zealand goes best with Nature's fresh.
See my
pie, Miss American Pie. Go Chevy to the living.
Playing bangers for boomers on air, online, on Rover, and on CD. Magic Radio.
What's your favourite song of the day at Subway? Every day has a different delicious Subway 6-inch sub for just $5.50. Every day's a good day at Subway.
Can I help you, mate? Nice truck.
The new Ford Ranger FX4 Max.
Let's go. Question 8 of 15 for $1,000. Famous for having interviewed 7 US presidents and 8 British prime ministers is journalist David who? A. Steens, B. Frost, D. Water, D. Snow. So David Frost is what we're looking for, the late great journalist. These people got it right. Ruth, the fastest 1.28 seconds. Famous for his interviews with Richard Nixon. Question 9. Brocade is the name for a type of what? A. Dice game, B. Bread, C. Fabric, D. Military badge.
Brocade. Fabric.
Answer is
Yes!
These people got it.
I got it. I'm so smart.
Let's keep going. 48 question. I'll ask you the question and also for the clue. The titles of these 3 songs have which day of the week in common?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
The answer is A. Friday, B. Saturday, C. Sunday.
Monday.
These people got it. We were at 0.69%. 3.96. Results were brought up by the Q last Friday. Figure out and Friday by the There we go. Take a look. Which sports star is one of the hosts of the TV series Australian Ninja Warrior? A. Freddie Flintoff, B. Tim Cahill, C. Kathy Freeman, D. Shane Warne.
Shane Warne.
Oh, Steve, what'd you go for, Steve? I went for Shane Warne. What did you want to go for? Freddie Flintoff. Let's lock in the answer. It is
Freddie Flintoff.
The English fast bowler Freddie Flintoff, alongside Peyton Fordham and Rebecca Madden. These people got it right, not Steve. Chris was the fastest. The Taylor gets the front. The Taylor by 1 from Ruth and Chris and also Steve. So let's get stuck into it. Question 12, there's still time for everyone to have a win. Twitcher is a nickname for a person with which hobby?
Twitcher.
A. Kite flying, B. rock climbing, C. Bird watching, D. Stamp collecting.
Bird watching.
The answer is bird watching. These people got it. I was the fastest. No, they're wrong. 3 to go. Chris got it wrong, so he drops 2 behind and 3 left. Good luck. Daniel Handler is the real name of which of these writers? A. J.K. Rowling, B. Lemony Snicket, C.
J.K. Rowling.
R. L. Stein. The answer is Lemony Snicket. Everyone got it, I think, except for Johnny, but he was a good get forwards in contention. Steve, the fastest runner. Lemony Snicket is the author of a series of unfortunate events, which turned into a television series as well. 2 left. How many sides does a nonagon have? A nonagon. A5, B9, C12.
9.
What's going on, Michaela?
I think none means none, but I feel like it's 12 now.
Oh, 12. So what'd you go for?
D, none.
Answer is 9. 9. These people got it. Ruth, 0.83 of a second. Let's go. Final question for $1,000. Named the ARIA Song of the Year in 1992, Treaty was a collaboration between Yotha Yindi and which other songwriter? A. Paul Kelly, B. Neil Finn, C. Chrissy Amphlett, D. Peter Garrett.
Okay.
Ooh, here we go. We're going to get a winner. A winner, chicken dinner. Somebody's got it right, the rest have got it wrong. I think here we go. The answer is the fabulous Paul Kelly. Steve, yeah, these people got it. Steve, the fastest. Chris just misses. So let's head over to the leaderboard, and Steve goes to the front. What are you going to do with $1,000?
We're heading to Canada, and I want to go take everyone to see the White Sox.
Fantastic. Good. The Canucks?
That'll do.
No, why not? Okay. Right, so you might give that back to me once we get to the hot seat, but when we come back, it's Ruth who gets first go at $1 million. Next.
13 minutes. I'm done.
The moment a 3-year-old boy who spent a night outside on his own is reunited with his family. What Trevor Mallard did that's earned him a stern telling off from the Prime Minister.
Look who's now officially a member of the Order of Merit. To meet the British Iron Man, and there's no Hollywood special effects on this one. It's coming up at 6.
Change in a blink of an eye.
We're going for 4 for 2 shots.
Here grips the back. Are they danger ready?
It's pretty obvious what the worst outcome could be with shark in the water.
Brought to you by Channel 7. Bay Patrol, tonight, 7:30 on 3.
We're celebrating magnificent mums with great gift ideas like luxurious bathrobes, our famous hooded snuggle blankets for just $35, beautiful photo frames, New Zealand wool blankets, and 50% off all throws and cushions. Bed Bath & Beyond loves mums.
Whoop deliveries are carbon neutral. Our delivery partners offset their carbon footprint, balancing our impact on the environment so we can all breathe a little easier. And if you order Whoop today, you'll go in the draw to win the ultimate luxury escape for 2 at Te Arai Lodge, an eco-friendly oasis. So order your box now. Go better than good. Go whoop.co.nz.
Does the internet turn off at 7 every night?
We gonna rule the world, don't you know, don't you know?
Help us
deals on loose set tuna mandarins, just $5 a kilo. Fresh chicken drumsticks, hello $4 a kilo. And Dutch ice cream, only $4.80 a tub. Get local delivered to your door. Shop online, choice your way.
Don't fret. Your plain little record collection is set.
Good times, eh? But one happy outcome from last year, Teaspoon giving fans the chance to test out an idea that helps other Kiwis, like Tim from Hamilton, who designed this app so people with a disability can gain easier access to their communities. Their light bulb moment was a winner, but we know there's plenty more where that came from. So TSB Good Stuff is coming back, baby! Woo! Part 2, Too Fast, Too Curious. Maybe not.
Right now at Domino's, get any large gourmet or traditional pizza, pick up or delivered, and get 50% off. That's right, 50% off any gourmet or traditional pizza. It's Sunday at Domino's. Bring it in. Not leaving broke by plenty deals. A higher 4kg dryer 501. The Westinghouse freestanding dishwasher 823. Or a huge 565 litre French door fridge freezer 2886. Plus we can help with delivery and installation. Available at No Leaving.
Welcome back. Steve, well done, Steve. He's got his $1,000 out on the ready to go. Ruth, let's play. Come on. Ruth Parker is an occupational therapist at Austin Health at the Austin Hospital, isn't it?
Based out of the Royal Albert.
Fantastic. From Mates in Victoria. Emma is your wife, go Em.
Hey, Eddie.
How are you guys?
Tippy top.
When did you get married?
About 2 years ago.
Pretty close after the launch went through?
Yeah. It was, we booked the wedding in and we were going to go whether or not it passed through and it passed.
And what did it mean for it to be passed in such a significant number?
It was really nice. The wedding had such a nice vibe about it because I think everyone was really happy for that law to be passed through and yeah, it meant a lot to us. So thanks, Australia.
Good on you. And Emma is a park ranger. And as a result of this union, you now have Tom.
We do. We've got a baby. He's 4 months old.
So Tom Otis, that's his two names, isn't it? So Tom Otis Parker?
Tom Otis Parker.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So why Tom Otis?
Well,
because you think that it actually is tomato.
I know. We didn't realise. We had picked out Tom, and then about a week before he was born, we decided we also liked the name Otis, so we thought, flip the coin when the baby was born. So we flipped the coin, and it landed on Tom. And then we decided that we really liked Otis after all, so we just threw Otis in as a middle name. And it wasn't until my dad started referring to Tom as Roma or heirloom, which very
Good stuff. All right, let's get stuck in. Do you want to play for $1 million?
Sure do.
Let's play. Go. A popular children's party snack made with thousands is what will fairy be known? C. Gobble. D. A leprechaun.
I love this actually.
Popular children's snack made with hundreds and thousands of what bread? Fairy.
For $100, very good. It's a biggest magnificent. $200. Colloquially, to receive information from the most reliable source is to hear it straight from the what mouth? A. Pigs, B. Cats, C. Dogs, D. Horses.
We're looking at horses.
Hear it straight from the horse's mouth is correct for 200. A colon, a dash, and a closed parenthesis mark together form which common emoticon, sorry. A colon, a dash, and a close parenthesis mark. A sad face, B smiley face, C winking face, D
winking face.
Okay, a colon is the two dots, the semicolon is the dot and the dash, so it's not winking. I'm going to go smiley face.
Oh man.
Okay. $300. According to a 16th century proverb, the moon is made of green what? A leaves, B seeds, C peas, D cheese. 16th century proverb. The moon is made of green.
I'm going to have to pass on this one, actually.
See you, Ruth.
Yeah.
Catch you later. Bye. Welcome to the show. 6 kids. Yep. Jordan 28, Madison 23, William 22, Tyler 21, Logan 16, and Felicity 16. Yep. That's a busy household. It is. Yeah, that is the Brady Bunch. Yep. Fantastic. What's the sexes? How many of which? 4 girls, 2 boys. Wow, there you go. Your twins, Logan and Felicity, born 12 weeks premature, hospital for 3 months. Logan has cerebral palsy. He took the twins to New Zealand to ski, and Logan tobogganed down a black run with an instructor. He did. Tell me what that was like for you.
That was awesome. I'd never been skiing. Most of us hadn't. I'd been skiing for an hour before this came up. They strapped Logan into a toboggan, had his own instructor. I had a GoPro camera. He said, look, come up, follow us down, yada, yada. That was terrific. Went up, did lots of smiles, everything. Instructor goes, okay, we ready? Off we go. He goes like this. I go like this, all the way down. Took me about 45 minutes to get down the mountain. Took me about 3.5 minutes.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, it was loads of fun.
Good on you, Steve. Right, let's get stuck into it. According to a 16th century proverb, the moon is made of green what? A leaf, seeds, peas, cheese.
We're going to look into cheese.
The moon is made of green cheese. Correct for $500. Right, 11 questions to go for $1 million. Next and answer.
It's finally here. Zealand's biggest celebrities, disguised at all times, are about to compete. The craziest, wackiest, most entertaining show on TV. Join the Star Disney panel.
On Saturdays this week, we have Michelle Court, Mel Bracewell, and Ben Hurley. Here we go.
He won the Nobel Prize.
We are responsible for maintaining broadcasting standards. If you feel you've reached those standards and you want to complain, you can find information about the standards and complaints process on our website, or you can send your complaint to the address on screen.
Questions, $1 million. Steve has got a lifeline. It's all your way, Steve. Come on, let's get going. To transform himself into a superhero, DC Comics character Billy Batson has to call out what name? You know this? Yeah. What is it?
It is Shazam.
Right. A, Flash. B, Ant-Man. C, Shazam. D, Green Lantern.
Logan's a big fan of Marvel and DC. And we recently watched Shazam. So
Shazam for $1,000, correct. $1,500. Which of these is the name of a common type of knitting pattern? A, sculling. B, ribbing. C, collaring. D, hipping.
I think I know, but I will pass at this stage. Jenny, thank you. Tell you later.
Others got no idea. I'm going to pass. I think they see you, Steve. Dr. Michaela Coots is an obstetrician, gynecologist at the Tweed Hospital, Tweed Heads in New South Wales. You wanted to come on the hot seat in honour of your late grandmother, who was a huge fan of the show, which thank you very much for that. Watched the show together, did you?
Yes.
A lot of people do that. A lot of grandkids and their grandparents sit there before the news watching the show.
So after school, we'd come home on the bus and she'd have Nada's spikelets or little tarts, and then we'd go in her room because she couldn't walk very far.
Yeah.
And put on hot seat, and
Isn't
then
it
she was so encouraged to know all the answers.
Oh, that's wonderful. Your Uncle Clarence is on ABC's Gardening Australia, presents the segment on Indigenous bush tucker, which I love that segment. I love all that stuff with the Indigenous bush tucker and things. Also heavily involved in Indigenous dance productions. That's you, Sydney Dreaming and the Rugby World Cup opening ceremony. That's really fantastic.
Yeah, so he dances for Bengara, he dances for the Prime Minister and the Queen. He's pretty cool.
Good stuff. Michaela, good luck.
Thank you.
$1,500. Which of these is the name? A common type of technique of ribbing, collaring, picking.
I'm going to look in B, please, Eddie.
Ribbing is in correct for $1,500. $2,500. Here we go. Which Australian city has the postcode 0800? A. Darwin, B. Alice Springs, C. Hobart, D. Launceston.
None of these are really sticking out to me. Alice Springs, Darwin, just Hobart. Unfortunately, I've never lived in any of those places, so my detriment. I think I might have to pass.
Sarah Michaela, catch you later. Hello, how's it going? You're not happy with this one, are you?
Nah.
No, you're not.
Got 2 stokes, but that's okay.
Anyway, Hosner Ekbal from Hoppers Crossing in Victoria is an interior architecture student at the Monash University and is 22 years of age. How's it going?
It's good. It's my last year, so very excited.
Nabila is mum. Hi, Nabila.
Hi.
Good to see you. Well,
thank you.
That's the way. Now, both of your parents and your 3 siblings are all doctors.
And my cousins and my uncles.
And why have you broken away into the arts rather than into medicine?
Yes. Science just to work in my head as well as.
Yeah, and Nabila, were you a doctor here in Australia or overseas?
No, once I became mom with 4 kids, I stopped practicing.